Good morning. So today I want to talk a little bit about me. The reason for this is just I've just made a lot of decisions recently on what I want to do to make myself better. So went through a lot these last couple of months, and I feel like I've gotten beaten down and trying to figure out what to do next, and trying to figure out what's going to be the next move for me, what I kind of want to be doing, what's going to make me happy, and kind of figuring out what I'm supposed to do with my life now. So it's taken me a little bit of time, but I finally decided to kind of come to terms with I need to be happy with me. And over the last 2 months, I mentioned in the last video that I have gained some weight. I feel like I've been really lazy. I feel like I haven't really been able to do much, and some of the words that people have said to me that kind of started a lot of the hard times echo through my head every now and then, and I have to kind of dispel all of the feelings around them. So it's been a really big struggle just trying to figure out how to be me again. So I slowly started to focus on one day at a time. And I've talked a little bit about this too. But for me, it was figuring out what my day-to-day is going to look like right now. Because do I want to get another job? And I'm applying to jobs. Am I getting the job? And all of that stuff is happening. But that doesn't change that right now I need a day-to-day activity. So I started off by, I'm going to try to slowly do chores over a length of time. So these are all the things that need to be done on a daily basis. Things like the cat's litter box, feeding the cats, washing clothing, washing dishes, prepping lunches and dinners, and kind of keeping things clean, doing grocery shopping. And I kind of made my list of how often and things need to be done in order to maintain a good, clean household. So was slowly working on that, and once I kind of got into that rhythm and started to be happy with that, was working on the project of the kitchen. We finally got that done, and it feels so good to get that done. And slowly from there, I started to try to be more social, going out more. I've been working on that, and more recently it's been doing some exercise. So as I mentioned in my last video, I'm not really unhappy with the way I look. I'm unhappy with what my body is capable of. So I kind of have come to terms with the way I look and weight-wise and what everything looks like. I kind of like the way I look, but that wasn't why I decided to start exercising. I decided to start exercising because I wanted my body to be able to achieve certain feats with ease. I wanted to be able to walk all day and not feel tired. I wanted to be able to help move boxes and move around and be a little bit more active and not feel like I needed to ask my husband to pick stuff up for me. I wanted to be able to go on jogs and do pull-ups and things like that. Just some basic exercise goals that I wanted to achieve just for me. Not because I thought that that's what I needed to look like or that's what I needed to achieve, but just because I think that would make me happier. So I've slowly started to work on it, and one of the really hard things for me when I'm doing something like that is the consistency of it. Trying to remember I need to do this every single day, Monday through Friday, at least something. And so I started with, my watch is a Fitbit Versa, and it has a coach on it. And so you can click on it and it'll go through a quick workout, whether that's a 7-minute workout, a 10-minute workout, a 15-minute workout. I can go through it, see what areas it's working on, and slowly start building on that. And it just allows me to use my own body weight, just to kind of give me a good starting point. Once that gets easy, I kind of plan to work it up. But that helped me not have an excuse. And another thing it does is it sends me a weekly email update from my Fitbit saying how many steps I've taken that week, how many active hours on average I've done, how much, just kind of stuff that I'm going through with the Versa. And get it every week. I also get to see, competing with my family, because we all have varying Fitbits, how I did. So it'll have a first, second, third, all the way through 6th place, I think. And it'll tell us who had the most steps, who had the least amount of steps. And it tells me who the first 3 places are, so first, second, and third, and then wherever I ranked. Lately, I've been able to manage to be 4th because I'm trying to hit all of my active hours. And so that means at least 250 steps an hour for 9 hours a day. And so that's been helping me kind of keep up with myself and my goal, because I get to see this every week. And it also measures how many days I've been exercising. Have I been exercising 2 days out of 5, 3 days out of 5, 5 days out of 5? And so I've kind of have this check in with myself to tell me to do it. Had to go one step further, and I texted my mother and my sisters and said, hey, I need somebody to like check in on me daily and see if I'm actually doing exercise, if I'm not doing anything, if, I need somebody else to help hold me accountable. And so I've been trying to put things in place so that I can continue to make myself better, and not better for anyone else, better for me, because that was one of the things that kind of took a good hit a few months ago, was people were kind of talking down about me, saying things about me, and I was struggling with, are they true? Are they not true? Are they partially true? Did I slack? Did I do this? And I just wasn't happy with my self-doubt in that sense, so I decided I needed to do something to make myself happier with myself. So for me, that meant, okay, what are the things that make you doubt yourself? And one of them was exercise, one of them was how I dressed, one of them was consistency and following my own schedules and things like that. So those are the things that I just started working on. I had a daily schedule of what my day-to-day looks like, what I need to be getting done. Dress-wise, I kind of have time to kind of put things together and figure out what I want to look like and what I want to dress like, what I want my makeup to look like, feeling more confident to do the things that I'm happy with. And then working on exercise, trying to make sure that my body can do the things that I want it to do. And I've slowly started to build up a more positive idea of myself. And it's been a very long process, and it's not even done. It will continue to go, I'm sure, for the rest of my life. But it's allowed me to be more confident and comfortable with myself than before. So when these thoughts and these reminders kind of come up with, did they say it was true? Am I like this? Is this what people think of me? And going on, I have more confidence to say, no, that's not true, because we've been working on this, or we've been doing this, and finally getting out there and talking about it a little bit more, and other people are able to like tell me like, hey, no, that's not true, or without even knowing it, they will give me a compliment of, you were on time, you did a really good job, you were prepared, you know your stuff, things like that I've started to hear more. I can actually take it in and accept the compliment and know that whoever speaks against that either doesn't know me very well or doesn't want to know me very well. And so that's helped a lot to get over all of the things that I just went through. And now I've been able to go to some job interviews. We have some prospective opportunities that are coming up that we'll see where that takes me, and continue to grow and figure out what makes me happy. But one of the things that made me want to bring this up was how hard it is to tell people that you're just working on you. So when I kind of started and decided to take a step back and just be at home, a lot of people were like, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. But another big, loud group of people were, why are you doing that? You're wasting your potential, you're wasting time. You need to be going back, you need to go, you have to jump back on this, you have to snack back. And it was really hard not to feel like I was being selfish, to take some time to myself, to actually take a break. And that was something, and it's still something that is necessary for me. I've started to do more job applications and going on interviews because I feel like I'm ready to take that step. But before that, it was really hard to feel like, well, I haven't been applying, and I haven't been doing this, and I haven't been doing that. And it can really weigh on you when you don't feel like you're contributing enough, and you have so many people telling you that you're not doing enough, or that you should be doing more. And it's exhausting, and it hurts, and it like makes you nervous, and it gets in your head, and it can interrupt all of the progress that you're trying to make. So I wanted to get on here and say, look, do it. If that's what you need, don't worry about what other people are going to say. And I know saying it doesn't really help, but know that there's at least one other person out there who says that's going to be worth it. It's going to help, and it's going to take your time. If you have that opportunity to just take a break, or even if you do get laid off or something's happening in your life and you need a break, you know, you don't have to. I could have continued to apply for a bunch of jobs throughout this time while still working on this. You can still be moving your life forward while working on yourself. You just need to have that mindset. You have to have that idea that I am working to better myself every day, and you do a little bit of something. And if you do get that job, you just need to adjust your schedule instead of changing it back. So when I work out is kind of based on my own personal schedule, usually right before or right after I do one of my videos. And if I got a job and this is the time that I would be working, I would just need to adjust it instead of, okay, well now I get to drop everything and now I'm working again, so I don't need to work on me anymore. No, you still need to give yourself time to work on yourself so that you know that you're always the best you can be, and that helps a lot with building your own confidence in yourself. So when you take a hit because somebody insults you or somebody talks down on you or you receive negative feedback, it helps to ground you better so that you can take it in and know either this is helpful, this is unhelpful, this is true, this is not true, and do with it what you will. If it's not helpful and it's not true, throw it away, as opposed to keeping it in and questioning whether or not this is true or this is right. Because you've been working on yourself, you can get rid of all of this negativity a lot easier because you already know, no, I've been working on that. If somebody comments on your weight, but you know you've been working out and you're happy with it, you can throw it away and say, you know what, it doesn't matter if they think I'm overweight or I've gained a lot of weight or not. I'm happy with what my body is capable of. If I never lose any of the weight that I've gained, but I can do all of the things that I want to do, I would be okay, because my goal is not to lose weight. My goal is to build muscle and be able to do the things that I want to do with it. Whether that's helping whenever we move, being able to move boxes and not feeling like I'm just like carrying all the throw pillows. I want to be able to help and I want to be able to do things. And I've been letting that slide because I've been working, I'm too busy, I got school, I have this, I have that. There was always an excuse in the way that prevented me from working on that. And so this time has forced me to work on it and to realize this is something that you have to do. And one of the first videos I did, it was, if it's something that's important to you, you make time to do it. And it took a really long time to let that sink in, to actually help it make sense to me, because we've been taught so much that taking time to yourself is not worth it. It's being selfish. And part of it is because we don't have as many sick days or personal days at work. So if we feel like we're getting ready to burn out or we just need a vacation, it's really hard to not feel guilty about, well, now I'm leaving my team out and I'm not going to be able to help them. I'm going to drop the ball and you're going to have to pick up the slack, or, you know, they might fire me because I always use all my days off. And that shouldn't be the case. We shouldn't be shaming people for taking this time to actually work on themselves, because at the end of the day, they're going to get a better product, and their employees, they're going to be able to say, oh, well, my employee's doing so much better. Your productivity might go up if you actually start doing things that make you happy and maintaining your own personal health. Whether that would be making sure that you take a lunch on time, making sure that you make time to decompress and relax when you get home, making sure you have time to spend time with your family, making sure that you make time to work out if that's something that you want to do, making sure that you limit your work time to work time, so that when you come back the next day or the next week or from vacation or from whatever, you are ready to go in the office and give it your all, so that way you're giving more back to work that way when you actually take care of yourself. And it's been a big growing issue that has been pushed back by millennials a lot of the time, and the younger generation says, no, I'm going to want to take time off. I want to spend it with my family. I want to spend it with my friends. I want to spend my time to myself. A lot more people are not wanting to answer phone calls from work when they're not working, when they're not scheduled to work, when they don't have to. If they're on call, they are sure to answer the phone, but if they're on their own time, they're limiting the time that they're giving to work, because spending time at home is more important. Spending time taking care of themselves is more important. And that movement is helping produce a lot healthier habits. And it's currently like at a really hard point, just because there's a lot of, well, you know, they're taking too much time off, or they are doing this and being lazy and all of this stuff. But really, we're just trying really hard to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. And being in a salary position like that has time off makes it a lot easier to do that. But when you're a server and it's just kind of like whatever hours you have and you're working is the only time you get paid, it makes it really difficult to choose between them. But at the end of the day, if you take that one day off to just sleep and eat and relax, you can come back and do better work and maybe even earn more tips because you're in a better mood, you're being able to stay on the ball, you're not as distracted or tired, and you tend to work better. One of the really important things when you're working out and like bodybuilding or being an athlete is your downtime. You go really hard in the gym and you do your job, and then you rest. You ice, you heat, whatever it is that you need to do to relax now, to stop working and just focus on letting your body recover so you can come back and do the next workout next time. That downtime is so important because that's when you get time to process what's happening, to actually work on yourself and make yourself happier so you can come back. So while it may feel selfish to take sometimes that time off to take care of yourself, it's really for the benefit of everyone. You're less snappy, you're more well rested, you're more aware and alert, and you can actually get stuff done. I'm still working on that because I will still feel guilty every now and then when I feel like I didn't do enough, or maybe I'm not working hard enough or pushing myself enough. But at the end of the day, I am making progress. I have worked out just about every single day in different ways, whether that's walking, whether that's doing one of the workout routines on my watch. I've actually slowly started to build a consistency. I'm maintaining the house. I don't have to remind myself to get up and do chores anymore. I just start slowly making them a part of my habits. And I look back to what I felt like, what I looked like when I started, to what I am now. There's been a lot of progress. And while it's easy to criticize yourself for not making leaps and bounds compared to anyone else, you need to remember that we're all working on ourselves at our own pace, and it's going to look different to everybody. Hopefully that helped. Thanks for listening.